7 steps to unfuck your life. Step 1 is to make decisions faster. This has been the bane of my existence ever since I was a child. Throughout my teenage years and early adolescence, my whole thing was to hesitate, procrastinate, and never pull the trigger, whether it was deciding to go somewhere on a trip, or buying the ticket, or shooting the shot with the girl on a date, or whatever the hell it was. You just postpone decisions. And the real reason behind this is you're scared of failure. You're scared of making the wrong decision, all the things that you'd miss out on if you made that decision. The moment you choose beef for dinner, you say no to all these other things, and that causes anxiety because you don't want to fail. You want to get it right. And what winds up happening is you get into this state of paralysis and you never move forward. One of the biggest things that I've done recently as an adult is to clock the fact that I am late to pull the trigger. I have literally made it a thing where I say to myself, there we go again, the hesitant, procrastinating Wanhee. Instead of that, just be playful, just pull the trigger, just go for it. Fire before you're ready, and then aim afterwards, all right? Ready, fire, aim. That's the spirit. So if you're like me and you're struggling to pull the trigger on things, whether it's posting a piece of content or asking the girl out on a date or choosing your movie or a dinner, get in the habit of, first of all, catching yourself hesitating, and second of all, saying there's just so much merit in pulling the trigger itself, even if it's the wrong decision. So just pull the trigger. Next. The next thing, which is sort of related, is when you try to get confirmation from people. This is another formulation of that same anxiety where you're not sure about your own intuition. You're not sure about your own choice. You don't want to make mistakes. So you keep asking people, what do you think? Do you think this is right? What would you do in my situation? This is not only quite unattractive, it's just not very effective way to operate in the world, because you're not moving from your own deliberate self. You're moving from just these combination of opinions of other people. So again, when this thing happens and you catch yourself trying to get other people's confirmation, let's say you're trying to buy something like clothes, you're always asking like, but does this look good? Is this better? Should I get the other one? Of course, on some level, you want feedback from people. You want to ask people who have good taste, how does this look? Like, you might do that, but at a certain point, I think most of you will be able to distinguish. There's a certain length you can go when it comes to asking for people's advice, but then at the moment where it's time to make a decision, again, you have to pull the trigger. Don't get into this loop of constantly asking people, do you think this is good? Do you think this is good? Stop getting confirmation from people. Just pull the trigger. Next. Buy that thing now. Do that thing right now. Nowadays, we live in a society where it's all like, save money for 5 years so you can then go on this trip. This is a double-edged sword. On some level, delayed gratification is one of the greatest things you can practice if you want to get somewhere, because that's what's going to help you stay level-headed and consistent, and then eventually you'll actually hit a level where you're really good at something. So delayed gratification is great. Having said that, there's an element in which people are constantly delaying that which they are eventually going to enjoy. You're pushing it further and further away, and then at the end of your life, you're like, oh my God, I should have just gone on that world tour. I should have just gone to Brazil in my 20s and my 30s, or at least in my 40s, instead of saying, oh, one day, when I have more money, when I have this stable job, when I have this family, when I have this thing, when my job is a little bit better, when I've got the promotion. And you're constantly projecting into the future. Maybe you have parents that are getting older and your whole thing was to like travel the world with them, or like spend quality time with them. And then you're always saying, oh, but I'm not quite ready yet because I need to focus on my career. Then I need to focus on this. Then I'm getting married. Then it's my kid. You're always pushing things. How about you just pull it forward right now? Boom, just do it. Enjoy the thing now. I mean, I'm not saying don't save your money. I'm not saying don't practice delayed gratification, but I'm saying if there is the thing that you want, just grab it right now and trust that you'll find the resources to do the next thing at a later point. Next, the next thing is to become a producer rather than a consumer. You, if you're watching this, you're consuming right now, and I'm producing right now. There's a camera right there. I'm producing content for other people to consume. Now, when I became a producer of content that gives value to people by sharing my life lessons and tips, I realized that, oh my God, this is the hack in life. Like, you want to be in a position where you're the one delivering value to people. Now, it doesn't have to be on social media. You could be literally producing wooden tables or fabrics for clothes. But when you become a producer, you start to think like a producer. You start to ask yourself questions like, what would the world want? What would the world need? And what can I provide that matches that need? How is this person producing things that I can learn from? Why do I like this shirt? Like, why is it made in this way? How did they produce it? You start thinking like this. So even as I consume content, I look at the content and I'm like, some guy put his camera angle there, added this sound effect, and I'm trying to learn from that as well. Now, why is this important? When you start to give value, when you start to produce and help people, that's what gets people to help you. Notice how I have a business, I have all these subscribers, I have these people who are wanting to learn from me, who are wanting to connect with me because I have delivered value to you for free. Think like, what can I actually provide and give? And in return, things will come to you that you didn't expect. Next is to get lean and build muscle. When you go from a chubby dude to a lean and aesthetic dude, life changes. Clothes fit better, your dating opportunities improve, your confidence improves, even the way you speak and walk, it starts to improve because you trust your body more. One of the best life hacks you can do, especially if you're a young guy, teens, early 20s, even in your 30s, one of the first steps you should take if you want to change your life is to change the body. It's the clearest feedback that effort leads to change because you can literally see it in the mirror. Now, how do you do that? How do you actually get lean? How do you build muscle? I have my whole channel that's dedicated to that, so you can go check out some other videos. But if you want to skip all the guesswork and just get the most effective routine at crafting that V-taper aesthetic body, broad shoulders, visible abs, good chest, good arms, abs, proportionate body, check out Aesthetic Body Blueprint, which I'll leave the link to below. This is one of the biggest things that changed for me. I mean, I have a whole channel based on it because I transformed to chubby to lean. And if you think it's hard, then you've been misled. Check out some of my videos, grab the blueprint, get started in the gym. Next is to work on a project that actually excites you. So many people live their life, go into a job and acting as somebody that they're not truly inside because you have to perform at your job. You have to cater to the customer's demands or your boss's demands, and you're playing this act. To be honest, I've been in the army where I had to do that. I've been working different part-time jobs where I've had to do that. And each time I was like, okay, it's important for me to do this right now to get some money, to get some kind of sustenance going, but I need to have my own thing going. So even when I had like no finances, no opportunities, I was like learning stuff. I was trying to build my own app that would connect people based on different skills. I was doing some sales learning stuff and like actually working as a part-time salesperson. At one point, I was trying to build my own business online in different spheres, not just in fitness. Like all these things that somehow excite you. It doesn't have to be business related. It can be a sporting hobby. It can be building your dream cafe, like just working on an idea, even if you're not ready to fully actualize it yet. This is one of the biggest things that you can do that's going to give you that fire in your life. The more you think about it and you water it and you just, take little steps, you'll be surprised at one point you might actually find yourself in that situation. I have so many experiences like that where I'd be imagining this, like even this whole YouTube thing, I was imagining this when I was sitting in the military in front of a CCTV. So there's things that you visualize and your life isn't ready to catch up to that visualization. You're not there yet. But if you can just water it with your mind, slowly your subconscious is going to do things that are going to move your life in that direction. And many years from now, when you're just chilling on the beach, drinking a cocktail, you might be like, dang, I visualized this many years ago. I don't know how it happened, but it did. It's pretty cool. Work on a project that excites you and keep watering it. Next is to find the true friends and cut out the randos. In your 20s and your teens, to be honest, your whole thing is like, you don't quite know who you are. So you're always trying to find new friends. You're trying to be popular or be around a lot of people. That's like a necessary part of growing up. Like you kind of go through it where you're trying to seek validation from a lot of people. You're trying to be in clubs and big social events because you want to meet a lot of people. Also, like for guys, it's a lot about meeting girls and stuff. And then when you get to your 30s, and it's especially for me, one of the biggest life hacks is like, okay, not everybody is actually helpful for me. In fact, the more people that are connected to you, the more they have a chance to pull you in their direction. What do I mean? Like exercise their influence on you. And I don't mean necessarily in some influencer way, but little things like one guy saying, hey, I thought this was cool. You should get this. Like, even if I don't think, let's say, I don't know, like Air Jordan, or like, I don't think it's cool, but this guy says, oh my God, Air Jordans are so cool. Look at this, look at this. There's a little bit of micro influence. Even if I don't want the Jordans, I have to think about it a little bit, right? It's all these strings that are attached to you as a result of having so many friends that are pulling you in all these directions. Now, if it's just that might be fine because you can just be like, okay, I don't care about those things. But a lot of the time, these friends are also bringing and projecting their values onto you. Like, oh, that's not really cool. Oh, you shouldn't really do that. Most people, and myself included, especially in my 20s, you're just being pulled in all these directions. So you can never actually focus and grow in your life. Somebody say that focus is the amount of things you say no to. And it's the same thing with friends. If you want to focus on like that one true friendship and actually grow it as somebody that you can reach out to and talk to in times of real need, right? Someone who genuinely wants the best for you. You will have 1 or 2 people like that in your entire life. To get those and to deepen those friendships, you have to say no to all these randos who are acquaintances and they're always trying to exert some kind of influence onto you. And you'll see like, oh my God, there's actually so much free time now that I don't have to engage in all these social things. But I'm not saying seclude yourself in a basement and don't have any friends or talk to anyone. I'm saying that oftentimes we surround ourselves with excess people as a way to feel protected in the loneliness when those people are actually no good to us. So apply those tips, and those are the 7 life hacks that are going to improve your year. Hope this video helped. See you in the next one.